The L1 speed boost is taking over FC25. To use it in game, it's really good and effective, but to defend against it, that's an absolutely nightmare. Ladies and gentlemen, I owe you an apology because I was literally one of the first people to talk about the L1 speed boost and how to do it in game. So to make it up for you, I'm going to show you how to defend against the L1 speed boost or any kind of speed boost in FC25. I'm going to show you different tips and tricks that you can use on the defense to stop the L1 speed boost. So let's jump straight into the video. FC25 is here, and of course the most important thing about the game is coins. Don't you worry about the cost anymore. Check out lootbar.gg. Lootbar is the cheapest and the safest platform on the market. They are 10% cheaper than all other platforms, and another 8% off to use my promotional code and another 5% extra coins. Buying 1 million coins in-game will cost you 10 times more than Lootbar. Many huge content creators are using Lootbar, and not only them, many users stick with Lootbar as well. Fast delivery within 30 minutes. Don't forget to use my code Y5K for extra 8% off. Looking for coins? There is not a better platform other than Lootbar. Now to start things up, let me just say, of course, there is not a certain way that you can do on the defense to stop the L1 speed boost every time you want to, but I'm going to give you different tips that will increase your chance and show you how you should defend against a player that is using the L1 speed boost. Now when it comes to defending against the L1 speed boost, first thing first, you have to spot the player that is using the L1 speed boost, and that's not hard at all, because if your opponent use the L1 speed boost, he literally gonna do it from the start, from the kickoff. That's how his brain work for anyone that use the L1 speed boost. Second thing, and the good thing about the L1 speed boost, you cannot perform it with any player. You need a player with great pace, so you should know which players on your opponent's team can perform the L1 speed boost. For example, Obenda, Kingsley Coman, Doko, any players has got the rapid or the quick step playstyle plus and great pace in game. And now let's start the tutorial and give you one of the best ways that you can defend against a player who is using the L1 speed boost, and that's gonna be the second man press. When you see your opponent pass the ball to a player who can perform the L1 speed boost, for example, like I said, Doko, Marcus Rashford, Chiesa, any of those players, what you want to do in game, first thing first, you have to switch your player and don't control the player that is next to the ball. The way that you want to defend is by using the second man press. The AI will defend for you. That's by holding the R1 button on PlayStation or the RB button on Xbox, and you're gonna see your closest player to the ball start pressing and start defending using AI. And for you, what you have to do with the player that you are controlling, go behind the player that is second man pressing, because even with second man press using the L1 speed boost, he still can get in behind. So if somehow your opponent go past your second man press using the L1 speed boost, you will be there with the player that you are controlling, and at that moment I don't recommend you going for a stand tackle. I recommend you to use Jokey Defending to stop the L1 speed boost, and that is by holding the L2 button on PlayStation or the LT button on Xbox, and you're gonna see your player Jokey Defending. Let me give you some examples on how to use the second man press when you are playing against someone who used the L1 speed boost. As you can see, my opponent intercepted the ball high on the pitch and he was performing the L1 speed boost all match, so I know he is going to do it again. So when he got the ball for me, straight away I started using the second man press, which is by holding the R1 button, as you can see. And with my second defender, the defender that I am controlling, I started using Jokey Defending, which is by holding the L2. As you can see, I was holding the R2 and the L2, which give you the running jockey. And as you can see, I didn't intercept the ball using the jockey. No, the second man press intercepted the ball when he performed the L1 speed boost. Like I said, the second man press is probably one of the best ways to stop the L1 speed boost. Let me give you another example. As you can see, my opponent is building up an attack, and now the ball is with the player who can perform the L1 speed boost. I know it because he was performing it with him all the time. So when he first received the ball, straight away I start using the second man press, and as you can see, my defender started pressing on him. With the second defender that I was controlling, I was moving backward because I know for a fact he was going to perform the L1 speed boost. And as you can see, when he performed the L1 speed boost, the defender that I was controlling was able to take the ball off him, and thanks to the second man press, he pressed on him and he didn't give him so many options on the attack. And this is literally one of the best ways to defend against the L1 speed boost. It's by using the second man press. One more thing before you go into game and start using it, do not use the second man press with your right center back, left center back, right back or left back. You want that defense line to be clear. So what I recommend you to do is start defending with your CDMs. If you are using a formation that doesn't have CDMs, you can start defending with your right center mid and left center mid. Basically bring back your right center mid and left center mid, and when they are close to the ball, control another player and start using the second man press with your right center mid, left center mid or CDMs. Basically you should not use the second man press with your right center back or left center back, especially because he can easily dribble past your right center back and left center back and get in behind. But if he dribble past your right CDM and left CDM, he's gonna find your right center back and left center back next. So like I said, don't use the second man press with your defenders, use it with your middle fielders. You need your center mids or CDMs help you on the defense by using the second man press, especially when you are playing against someone who use the L1 speed boost. And that gets us to our next point, and that's gonna be don't rush into tackles when you are playing against someone who use the L1 speed boost. I want you to completely forget the stand tackle and the slide tackle. One bad stand tackle and that's it. You're gonna see the one who's using the L1 speed boost in behind because of just one bad stand tackle that you performed. So when you are playing against someone who use the L1 speed boost, I recommend you to not rush at all into tackles. Only perform stand tackles and slide tackles when you are certain 100% you're gonna win the ball. What you can do to defend is use the L2 LT button, which is Jokey Defending. And Jokey Defending is absolutely fantastic, especially if someone uses the L1 speed boost in game or any kind of speed boost. And Jokey Defending can actually save your ash multiple times, especially against the speed boost. All you have to do, hold on the L2 and the R2 button if you want to perform the running jockey, or you can perform it by only holding the L2 LT buttons. Now when it comes in game, how can you stop someone using the Jokey Defending? Let's take this clip as an example. My opponent have been using the L1 speed boost all match, so I know he's going to use it again. The ball on the wing with Kingsley Coman, who has got the rapid play style plus and one of the best players to perform the L1 speed boost. So for me, I know for a fact if he performed the L1 speed boost, I don't have a chance at all. So I started using the Jokey Defending, the running jockey, by holding the R2 and the L2 and moving backward with my player. And as you can see, Saliba intercepted the ball really good with the Jokey Defending and didn't give him any space to perform the L1 speed boost too. Another example I can show you for Jokey Defending, as you can see, my opponent intercepted the ball high on the pitch and he was using the L1 speed boost all match. So when he first got the ball, I started controlling the player who's next to him so I can stop him with the Jokey Defending. And as you can see, he performed the L1 speed boost, but I was using the Jokey Defending, holding the L2 button, and as you can see, Marquinhos this time got the ball off him and got the ball really good with Jokey Defending. So if you mix these two together, the second man press and Jokey Defending with the player that you are controlling, trust me when I say you can stop the L1 speed boost every time you want to. Like I said about the Jokey Defending, it's absolutely great. Keep moving backward with your players, holding the R2 and the L2 at the same time. With that, you're gonna activate the running jockey and keep waiting for that moment where you can intercept the ball before he performed the L1 speed boost, or maybe after he performed the L1 speed boost. At that moment, you have to move forward into the player with the defender using the Jokey Defending, and you're gonna see him getting the ball off him. Maybe, in my opinion, the best timing to get the ball off him using Jokey Defending is when he first starts using the L1 speed boost. At that time, run straight into the player with the Jokey Defending and you're gonna get the ball off him easily. Next up, let's talk about a really important thing when it comes to defending in general, not only about defending against the L1 speed boost. No, what I recommend you to do and what pro players do in game, don't you touch your defenders. Don't touch your right back, left back, right center back or left center back. Don't take that step forward with any of your center backs, because trust me when I say it's gonna be really bad for you. You always want to see that structure, that defense line strong, and every player is next to each other so they can intercept the ball and tackle when you need them to. What I recommend you to do is defend with your middle fielders, defend with your CDMs or center mids, or maybe your right mid and left mid when they come back on defense. Use them to cover the wing on the defense and defend with them against wingers. When you cannot defend with your middle fielders, that time of course you have to defend with your defenders. But when you defend with your defenders, I recommend you to don't rush into tackles, take your time, take some steps backward so you can analyze what's happening and what your opponent is gonna do on the attack and what are the options that your opponent has got on the attack. After you analyze and after you see everything that is going through, that time you can decide you want to intercept the ball. He's gonna pass it to the left striker, for example. You can intercept the ball, or you see yourself in a position where you can win a stand tackle or a slide tackle and you can go for it. So always take your time on defending, don't rush yourself, and that's a really important thing to know and learn in FC 25, because one bad bad move with your defenders and it's all gone. You're gonna see everyone trying to get in behind just because of that one step forward that you took with your defender. One last thing that I do and I recommend you to do when you play against someone who play with the L1 speed boost, I want you all to be toxic AF. These kind of players who play the game only for speed boost and meta stuff deserve the toxics, deserve the most toxic celebrations in FC 25. So ladies and gentlemen, when you have got the ball, pass the ball around, don't give them the ball, keep passing backward, and when you score a goal, go on YouTube and search for the most toxic celebrations in FC 25. That's only for players who use the L1 speed boost. If you are playing against a normal guy, there's no need at all to waste time or to use toxic celebrations. Let's all enjoy FC 25. Now EA have announced that they are going to nerf the L1 speed boost on the next patch, on the first update of FC 25. So hopefully they do it. Hopefully we're not gonna see it anymore in the game. Until that time, these were my best tips on how to defend against someone who used the L1 speed boost. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.